Hello Nick and Judah, I'm here with Wolves supporters Mr. Liam Keane. Liam, Carabao Cup, Brighton 3, Wolves 2. Disappointing, obviously, out of the Cup. What did you make of the game?
Yeah, I mean, the first half, to be put brutally honest and plainly, was pretty much a disaster for Wolves. Really poor goals to give away. First one, obviously, an error from several players, and João Gomes gives the ball away very cheaply. It's a good finish, but got to do better. I think Sarr has to do a hell of a lot better. Second one is, without the mistake on the possession, is very similar in the sense that Adingra just turns inside off the left, again puts it into the bottom corner, but I don't think it's even in the corner, and Sarr could do a lot better again. Just an overall really poor performance in and out of possession in that first half. A lot of players being carried, a lot of players hiding. Hwang Hee-chan, who we're both big fans of, very quiet, not doing a lot at all.
Papa
Sarabia really struggling. He's trying to make things happen, just making mistakes, endless mistakes, and really difficult. But we'll score a goal right at the end of the half. It's a nice move. Rodrigo Gomez into the overlapping Doherty, pulls it back for Guedes, does well to score. It's a really good move, and the timing of that goal is perfect.
Wolves are delighted going into that into half time, just one goal down.
Absolutely, it's a perfect time to score. It's a nice team goal, a little bit of positivity. You end the half and you come out in the second half, Wolves are a hell of a lot better. That first chance,
seconds into the second half, Rodrigo Gomez.
Rodrigo Gomez played through, Guedes does well, and he has to score. Steele made several saves today, actually, particularly in that second half. Did very well for Brighton, the goalkeeper. But Wolves have to finish those chances. And look, they came with a strong bench, but you think it's tight. They start bringing these players on, and Wolves dominated possession, and it wasn't just that Rodrigo Gomez chance. Gonzalo Guedes has got to score that. That was a great chance. They had the melee on the touchline, which was just cleared off the line. Frustrating, but when these, and we've had this before, these passages of play where Wolves have got the ball and they've got to score and they're not scoring goals. And when they don't, that's when they get punished. Yeah, absolutely. Look, after such a difficult first half and players are there to take an opportunity, I thought Rodrigo Gomez did relatively well tonight. Forbes off the bench looked lively enough. Guedes, willing runner, and did relatively well. Obviously scored a good goal, but when those chances are there, you have to take them. You can't let those chances go big, and they're not small chances, they're massive opportunities.
Is that just a team that are out form and players that are low on confidence, or is it
a bit of that, a little bit of bad luck? I mean, I don't think it's a lack of quality, and I think it's a lack of issues with the system, because the chances are being created.
But I mean, the chances were created, but Brighton were down.
I was going to mention that as well.
Giving the ball back to Wolves.
I was going to mention that as well. Brighton, who by the way are a very good side, made 8 changes themselves tonight, but still fielded a strong side. Were really poor in that second half. Brighton, they were struggling to look after the ball. They were giving the ball away as Wolves were pressing them high up the pitch, playing out from the back, making all the mistakes the Wolves have made in previous games, and they were there for the taking. Brighton, they really were, and Wolves didn't take those chances and then get sucker punched. They get sucker punched with a fantastic goal from Brighton's point of view, in the sense that Adingra is a lovely flick over Semedo, goes through. Welbeck has the shot. I don't think Sarr does very well with the first save. Plays it straight into Kadioglu's path. He beats Doherty to the ball, and Wolves look down and out. Obviously they do score a late one. It's a lovely goal from Doyle. So and that came from a Steele error really in possession, albeit his shot stopping ability was very good tonight, and it was too little too late for Wolves.
And look, the frustrating thing is, like you say, Wolves dominated that second half in big periods of play, and yet we're screaming with 90 seconds to go, can they get one more chance? They shouldn't be in that situation, should they? With the players they have on the pitch, with the opportunities they had tonight, that shouldn't be the case.
No. You create those opportunities. A team with the quality that Wolves have and the depth that they have should be taking them. They should have gone to penalties tonight, no doubt about it. And frankly, on clear-cut chances, Wolves could have nicked it, if we're being honest, if Wolves were clinical enough. Instead, they walk away losing and having a really frustrating third goal, because it's a lot of quality from Adingra, but it's also against the run of play. It's at a time when Wolves have got a really good grip on the game, and they're going for that equaliser, and that kills the game off, regardless of the Tommy Doyle goal. So the positive signs are you come out of a terrible first half into a much better second. Tommy Doyle scores the goal, obviously, but had a really difficult first half, I felt, and I thought he was actually fantastic in the second half, and I know how good a player he is. So when you find the positives out of recovering from what could have been, it couldn't have got much worse really, that first half. There's a team there that has a lot of fight, that has a lot of quality. They they may need just to drag a result out somewhere, and the momentum will be there, the confidence will be there. But the games don't get much easier.
No, they don't.
Villa, Liverpool, Brentford, City,
Yeah.
Brighton here, again, Palace, into then a Southampton game at home. You've got to find a result.
Look, you don't want to single out players in a negative way, and we don't want to do it. We want to be talking about Wolves winning games and praising players. But one of those players, you say Wolves are together. Jose Sarr got his chance tonight. Gary Neal said he would pick him. Obviously, he had to come back from international duty, see what frame of mind he's in, and to be honest, it looked like he wasn't in any kind of frame of mind at the start tonight. All 3 goals, you could look at it and say, Sarr was at fault, if not partially at fault, for all 3. And I just wonder, Liam, with Sam Johnstone now, Wolves' new number 1. You've got no more games in the apart from Premier League now until January. Where that might have been the last we've seen of Sarr tonight in a Wolves shirt.
It's very possible, absolutely. Gary's already admitted that you can only have 2 number 1 style goalkeepers for so long, and he wouldn't be surprised if Jose Sarr wanted to move.
Dan Bentley signed a new contract
exactly
now.
So January becomes more obvious as time goes by. Look, if we get to mid-November and Jose Sarr's back in the team, then obviously things change, but it seems like the natural conclusion to this story.
But these were the errors that have probably forced the hand.
I completely agree. And Jose Sarr had an opportunity. We've not heard
a statement.
Exactly. We've not heard anything to suggest that he's been difficult since he's come back. Gary O'Neill's not said anything publicly about that, so I can't speculate and say that he's been an issue. Apparently he's trained well. I
don't think he would have picked him tonight if he wasn't.
Exactly, and I've got no reason to doubt that. What I can doubt is the player's ability to get over the fact that he's not a number 1. He came out there tonight and it was just nowhere near his levels, nowhere near his, because he's a very good goalkeeper, despite the fact that he's had a difficult year or so and the fact that he's not performed. But that was a really poor performance from him. And you pointed out at the end,
disappointing.
The only player that didn't go over to the fans as well.
Like he stood in the centre circle, he had a chat with Jason Steele, the Brighton keeper, all the other players went across to the fans. I mean, look, we all know, 3, 4, 5 hours to get there and back tonight. There were a lot of fans who are not getting back home
and the rest probably, yeah.
Till 2, 3 in the morning tomorrow morning. Go over there and go and give the fans applause and get to the byline and do it. Don't just stand in the centre circle. And for me, that is as much a frustration as it is his performance tonight. And look, it just begs of a person who's doesn't want to be here and probably will not be here past January. But it is what it is. Look, like you say, massive game now. They go to a derby. Maybe a derby is what this team needs. Maybe
we know they're an emotional
tough
side.
derby going in there. Obviously Aston Villa played against Young Boys.
It doesn't matter how many times that gets said. You have to laugh.
It's terrible.
It's awful.
But this is the.
Hold it together. I've got to go down to the mix there.
Okay.
This can't go in, can it? Surely. This can't be cut. Honestly, we're going to have to leave it there, I think.
Okay.
Oh no, we have one of these moments where it's completely gone. Right, let's go.
Okay.
I think just wait here for a minute.
You're crying. You need to hold it together.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay. Ready. But this is the type of game that Wolves need. Maybe a battle, maybe one in a pressure cooker of an atmosphere where they can go there and get a result.
And the last thing you need is going there and conceding early as well. Because we've seen, and they did it again tonight.
Yeah.
Wolves have conceded and had a 2, 3, 4, 5 minute spell where they're really all over the place and struggling. So you have to keep it tight. You have to frustrate Villa, and you have to use that atmosphere to your advantage. Regardless of being away from home, the Wolves fans will make a hell of a lot of noise, and the opportunities will be there. You've got fabulous footballers. You just need to get the most out of them and just stop conceding goals. It sounds simple, but
I guess the frustrating thing though is tonight is that you look at these team and you look at these players, these fringe players who are not going to get another game potentially until the FA Cup or whatever. Oh, they're going to be knocking on that door. There's not too many players out there tonight that are knocking on that door saying I want to be picked on Saturday.
Rodrigo Gomez, I think, is one. Again, forwards off the bench looked decent enough. You talk about Sarr not clapping the fans. Sarabia, I think, had a pretty poor night.
Yeah,
but even
poor
as he's coming off, shaking his head and frustrated, he still turns and claps the fans as he comes off. Credit to him for that. I know it's a simple thing that players should do, but when you have a player that doesn't, you have to highlight the ones that do. And unfortunately, for Gary O'Neill, his team selections, bar one or two players, is probably quite straightforward.
Yeah, I agree.
There's only a Bellegarde, Aït-Nouri, Totti sort of situation where who fits in where does Aït-Nouri play, does Totti come in? That's the only situation that probably changes your starting 11. Otherwise, it probably picks itself.
It's all happening. We're going to have to go.
This is a nightmare. Cameron gone.
I've gone. You've gone.
You've gone.
Brighton 3, Wolves 2 for all the post-match reaction. Make sure you log on to expressthestar.com. I'm so sorry.